Good evening everyone, my name is Said Kayat and I will be leading you for this course, and this course is Windows 10 configuration and installing. And as you see on the screen, we will be following this book, and then I would highly suggest you to buy this book. And this book is called like Installing and Configuring Windows 10. So if I go down, this will be an ongoing series, by the way, because this is the first of the whole course. So this will not be a theory based, this will be a hands-on practical configuration, and following just the book. And the book is about labs, so it has many labs, so we will be doing the labs. So as you can see, this blue version, there is a green version and a blue version, so I prefer it to display to follow with this blue version. And see you then. So now if we go to for example, and this will be, it has a lessons, by the way. So let me go to lesson 1, which is chapter 1. No, this one is chapter 2. Where is this one is lesson 1, which is basically chapter 1. So it's preparing for installation requirement. So this one, the main thing that we will be taking away from this chapter is just, it shows you like how to, it needs a lot of a bit of reading, from you guys, but this is mainly like the like how you will install, and like what you will use. For example, now installation requirement will be, for example, you can use Hyper-V, you can use what they call virtual machine workstation. VMware workstation, that's what I mean. And what they also, that's mainly what it is. But the main takeaway is this that I'm highlighting. That is, the requirement. So the requirement, if you have a processor and the RAM, is the hardware requirement. So this will be the takeaway of this chapter. But all others are just features that Windows brought the table. For example, the features that Windows has it. And if you want a clean installation, so the clean installation, there is a clean installation, and there is update installation. Upgrade installation. So if I show you real quick, I'm gonna turn on my virtual machine, because I'm using a virtual machine. So if I want to create a virtual machine, I will show you what the upgrade and installation machine means. So I downloaded my Windows 10 right here. So if I click and if I say open, and this, by the way, how you would create, for example, a virtual machine on the VMware, whether it is server or Windows 10. So you click here, create a new virtual machine, or you go to file and click new virtual machine. So it's all the same, you go to the same page if you click here, or if you go file and click the new virtual machine. So if I go this way now, click next, and then if I browse my browser, I have the Windows 10 in here. If I click OK, then I will just say okay, next. And then here, what you can do, Microsoft Windows, you can choose any versions, but there is a Windows 10 as well. So you click Windows 10. So if you are installing Windows 7, you choose Windows 7. But even though it doesn't make any big difference, it's just like you are helping this virtual machine to to know what you are installing. Basically, that's what I'm thinking. That's my opinion, by the way. So if you say click, and then you write the name, like Windows 10, for example, Windows 10, and then if you click next, then you see like the hardware that it gave, and you leave the default. So basically you will leave all of them at default. So we only change the name, and when you write the name that you want, and then you leave the default. And then when you say click, I mean, you can click finish if you are happy with the default hardware specifics that it took. For example, it took network adapter as a NAT, it took 60 gigabyte, 2 gigabyte memory, and the virtual that is running on is VMware, or the Windows that is using is that is the name, the Windows that we specified in here. The window that we specified in here, we're gonna see in here before we say finish. So when we say finish now, the Windows will start, and then when you start, the Windows will come. So I'm going to show you what the book says in here. It says like clean installation and upgrade. This is choosing between upgrade and clean installation. So clean installation mean if you are installing a complete installation. For example, like you are erasing any previous previous Windows that was there, and you don't want to keep the files, keep files or anything like that. But if you want to upgrade, that means like you are upgrading from Windows 7, for example, and you want to have your files there, for example, like from Windows 7 to Windows 10. But the clean installation is like when you are installing from the scratch and you don't want to save any files and stuff like that. So if you go here, and okay, it says determining. Now if I go, this is the Windows that we were expecting. For example, this is the, if you say next, if you want to leave the default English United States or the US, this is the country that you want. So me, I am in the UK, so I just go in my arrows one up, and then I will choose the UK. Then if I say click, if I install now, it will give me two options, whether if I am upgrading or if I am installing from the scratch. I have a Windows installed already, so I'm gonna just delete when I show you. But this one, it says accepting. Okay, accepted the license, and I say okay. Yeah, you see, if you want to upgrade, you install the Windows and keep files, settings, and applications. That's what the book was saying. Choosing between upgrade and clean installation. And the second one is like a custom install. Custom install means like advanced. So means like files, settings, and applications are not moved with this. If you want to make changes on the drive, you can. So basically, this is a complete installation. This is upgrade. This is clean installation. So if I say click, then it just the space that I chose, which is 60 gigabyte, and then it go like that. But I don't want it because I already have a Windows 10 installed. So I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit the whole virtual machine. You see? So that is what it is. So I'm not gonna make it long. So that is how you would install the Windows 10. In terms of the virtual, in terms of the adapter, for example, I have a Windows. This Windows is not. I think I will remove it. In terms, for example, if I click this one, the VMware, the VM, you know, the network adapter, this one has two. A VM, not two, a custom. I made the custom. I'll show you this one later on. But for now, that's how you would install. And I am not going to make this video long, but that's how you would install. So if I keep going, this is just the requirements of it. I mean the features that Windows 10 has it. For example, this table shows the common features available for the various editions in Windows 10. You know, Windows 10 itself, it has a Windows Home Base, Windows 10 Home Base with Windows 10 Pro, Professional, and Windows 10 Enterprise. So it has a features that one has one has more features than the other. But by far, Windows Enterprise is the one who has the most features. So if you can get you go ahead and install it, even though it is a little bit CPU intensive and memory. This is still, we are on the lesson 1 or chapter 1. That is what it is, and there is nothing to really fancy here. This is like how you would run your, from your computer or laptop. So you need to read. You need to get this book and you need to read. There is one more thing that they call like media creation tool. There's a tool. If you copy and paste in Google, it will direct you to the Microsoft site. So when you get to the Microsoft site, you can download this tool. So by the time you download this tool, this is when you this is what it will when you install, this is the way you would install, and you follow this method. Create the installation for media PC or next, or selected the language. Then when you install, if you double click the software, it will show you this, because you will choose the country, you will use the Windows 10 edition, and it will show you the version that it will make it for you. But what it is making for you is the system, is the operating system for you. So this one, it has, they call like a media creation tool. The name implies, as the name implies, it says it creates you the Windows 10 for you. So by the time you say next, it might take like 1 hour or close to 1 hour, and then when it finishes, then you will have a bootable operating system. You got me? So if you want, you can put it into the USB flash, and you make the flash, the USB flash drive bootable. And the way you will use bootable, you can download, because the software is already bootable. The operating system is already bootable. But if you want this USB, when you insert your laptop, that the laptop comes. If you are not using the virtual machine, if you want to use for your laptop, for the real laptop, what you use, and you want to use it comes, it starts up from the flash. What you would do, you would go to BIOS, and then you would use in the boot. You go to BIOS, and then you go to boot, and then you choose this USB flash. But what it says, like, make the USB flash needs to be at least 3 GB, and it needs to be somewhere here. We have to see, it has to be bootable. So the bootable means, let me check in here. The bootable means, if I don't see here, you will see there. The bootable means you will download ISO program, ISO, program. If you write in Google, you get it. And then there will be a section that like make, the boot. So you choose the boot, and then you choose your flash, and then you say like make it boot. So it is pretty simple. You can ask it YouTube, so you can get it easily on that. And any other thing is like the way that you would create the media. For example, now it shows step by step how you would do. So you go to Google, you write what they call media creation tool.exe, and then you accept, and then you create the new media installation media for another PC, and then click, and you just follow. And then you see when it says on the 5th number, it says choose which media to use page. For example, if it is ISO file, it should be ISO file, because otherwise you will not have a bootable system, and then you just follow. So later on, it will be just like this. It will create a file for you, and this is complete Windows operating system. So if you want to use virtual Hyper-V or VMware, you just point it to this, and then it is a complete trial, which is 180-day operating system. So this is the summary of this chapter 1. So today we have we completed chapter 1 just like that, and this is the knowledge that it needs, like if you understood or anything, and then we finished. So that was just basically illustration, and see you on the next slide, next chapter 2, which is basically what is chapter 2? Yeah, which is basically installing the Windows. So instead of the one I already showed you, I will just check this one. I mean, if I see some